What up? Gang, greetings. What's poppin'? Give a second. 50, what up, guys? Peace and love. Gang, greetings. This is a special presentation right here.
Like the flowers need the rain, like a blind man needs his cane. I need you.
I need you. Let's go. Go.
Like the darkness needs the night, and the moon glow needs a light. I need you. Like the children need to play, they laugh and sing.
We're about to go in. Just give me 1 minute. This is my song.
I need you.
Yes.
I found out about you. I can't live without you.
That's right. Yo. That's what I'm talking about. We're about to have a most splendiferous.
Like a person needs a soul, like the winter needs a cold. Like the fire needs the air, I won't burn unless you're there. How I need you.
How I need you. Let's go.
Like a baby needs a cry, if you go, I swear I'll die.
I need you. What up? Peace and love. Especially if you're a man, you got men in your family that you love and care about. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Cool, what up, man? Peace and love to the guys. That's right. Gagger greetings. Gagger greetings. That's right. Right. So just like I said, you got men in your family, you are a man, you want to listen to this one right here. You want to listen right here. You need this. Trust me. Trust me. Gaga greetings to everybody in the room. Peace and love. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Hotel, Gagger greetings. Yo, what up? Whatever greeting is adequate for you. I give it to you. Shalom. Namaste. All of the above. What up? Peace and love. Gagger greetings. Go in. We're about to go in. This is my favorite part. I need you. And this song reminds me of so much. You know what I'm saying? The duality, you know. Like the flowers need the rain. Like a blind man needs his cane. I need you. Like the winter needs the cold. Like a person needs their soul. I need you. You see what I'm saying? It's deep. Duality is deep. It's heavy. And that was Frankie Beverly and Maze. Anybody, you know, want to check that song out, if you're inquisitive about that song. And why it applies to this message today is we've had elders that are now ancestors. We even have esteemed elders that are still here with us, and they're giving us divine knowledge, and we're not adhering to it. And we know that we're not adhering to it because September, the whole month of September, is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month is September. Shout out to Zaza, shout out to Cole, what up? Peace and love, gagga greetings to y'all. The whole month of September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I don't hear anybody talking about it. And it's very deep because prostate cancer on the world level is number 5. It's number 5 in cancers that lead to death. Prostate cancer. Alright? It's number 5 on the world scale. In the Americas, it's number 2. It's the number 2 cancer that causes death. Prostate cancer. And let me remind you, anything that causes prostate cancer also causes cancer of the uterus. You see what I'm saying? So it affects the same areas, you know, as the man does the woman. You see what I mean? So I'll just speak a little bit about my journey with my transition, especially when I'm talking about diet, lipids. We don't like the word diet because it has the word die in it. We like to say live it because you live it. You live it. And, you know, I first started because I saw that the men in my family were passing away before the women that they had children with. You know, I saw the men in my family dying first. So when I saw the men in my family dying first, early and prematurely, this made me want to reevaluate my life and where I was headed. Because although the men in my family in my life I've seen done some great things, I've also seen them not look at this issue about what we're eating, what we're allowing into our bodies, because they're passing away from preventable diseases like cancer, like heart disease, high blood pressure, heart attacks. All of these can be prevented by the foods that we eat, by the things that we allow into our bodies. And like, how difficult is it for us to understand that our behavior is controlled by our brains, and our brains is controlled by what we allow into our bodies. You see what I'm saying? So we're being non-gagutical when we're eating these foods, therefore taking on a non-gagutical persona. You see what I'm saying? So I can show and prove exactly what I'm saying. First, from my personal experience, I've known that, just like I said, I've seen the men in my family die prematurely from preventable diseases. And that made me reevaluate myself. And I noticed that we all ate the same things. We all ate the same things. So if we're all eating the same things, how could we expect different results? You see what I'm saying? We can't do the same thing and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. And we've been insane. We've been insane. Now, the month of September, just like I said, is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Okay? Prostate cancer. A lot of people don't even know what the hell a prostate is, period. Like, especially men. And we got them. You know what I'm saying? We don't even understand what the hell a prostate is. So, let me break that down real quick. The prostate is a gland. It's a gland. Now, what are glands? Glands are organs that secrete hormones. Those are glands. They're organs, but they're organs that secrete things. Like we talk about the lungs. The lungs is an organ. It doesn't secrete anything. The heart is an organ. It doesn't secrete anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can keep going. Your liver, your your spleen. But these are all glands. You know what I'm saying? They don't, I mean, those are organs, but glands are organs that secrete things. Like people talk about your chakras. They talk about chakras, but they're not even considering that chakras are glands. That's all they're talking about when they're talking about chakras. Let me show you that. Chakras are your glands. So if somebody's talking to you about balancing your chakras and getting rid of the blockages in your chakras, and they're not mentioning that these are glands in your body, understand this person has no idea what they're talking about. They're giving you a child's interpretation, you see what I'm saying, of exactly what this science is. So for us to really get into the science of it, we got to be scientific. And that's not very scientific, you know what I'm saying? Because we know there's not glowing orbs of light inside of the human body. We know that this is not true, you know what I'm saying? That's an illustration, you know, to help people understand, a talking tool, a teaching tool, but it's actually not what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's actually showing you the endocrine system. Let me show you this. The endocrine system. Alright? That's what this is. Let me show you. Here we go. The endocrine system. See that? The endocrine system. The endocrine system is a chemical messenger system comprising feedback loops of hormones released by internal glands of an organism directly into the circulatory system, regulating distant target organs. In humans, the major endocrine gland are the thyroid gland and the adrenal glands. Alright? Now, let me give you just some straight illustrations. So these are the glandular highway that runs down your body that people call chakras. They're really talking about this endocrine system. Alright? So if somebody's talking to you about your chakras and blockages in your chakras, and they're not mentioning this to you, understand they're giving you a child's interpretation of what's going on. And we want to be scientific, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get down to the brass tacks of this and truly digest what this is. So the endocrine system is a chemical messenger system comprising feedback loops of hormones released by the internal glands of an organism directly into the circulatory system. So it's communicating. The body uses these hormones to communicate. Like somebody says, oh, I'm horny. You know, I'm horny. This is your body communicating, you know, to your lower cecum or chakras or endocrine, those glands. So it's communication, right? It's communication. Now, the prostate gland secretes prostate fluid. All right? It secretes prostate fluid, okay? Now, there's certain things we need to know about prostate fluid, like fellas and women too. If there's any men in your life that you love, you care about, you can share this video with them later. You could jot the information down and you could give them some feedback on it later. You know, each one reach many. You see what I'm saying? So, and let me shout out the OFAB Institute real quick and Professor Gabrielle Yibo. The OFAB Institute right now has a cancer prevention and cure program that we're running right now. So if there's anybody in your family, any loved ones that you know, it could be you, who's suffering from prostate cancer, breast cancer, any type of cancer, you can direct me and I'll plug you into the OFAB Institute and we can definitely help them out with that ailment. And there's no reason that we should have to live in pain and we should have to deal with these ailments. They're all preventable, and Gaggard has the answers to all problems, even death. Alright? So, let me keep going. The prostate secretes prostate fluid. And men, when we ejaculate, our ejaculant is not comprised of all sperm. Our ejaculate is not comprised of all sperm. It's only 1 to like 5% of that ejaculant is actual sperm. 30% of our ejaculant is, in fact, prostate fluid. The prostate fluid coats the sperm cells and allows for lubrication and nutrition for the sperm cell to survive and make it through the uterus to impregnate that egg. You see what I'm saying? So we need our prostates to be healthy in order for us to have healthy sex. In order for us to procreate healthy, we need healthy prostates. Your urethra, it runs smooth through your prostate. So when you have an inflamed prostate, you have problems urinating. You have problems maintaining an erection. All of these are precursors to prostate cancer. And we want to stay above that. We want to have a thorough knowledge of self. So we don't need to go to the doctors every time we need some medical attention or we feel like something's wrong with our bodies. Now, having too many ejaculations can be bad for your prostate. You know what I'm saying? You're using too much prostate fluid annually. We should not be having as many ejaculations as we are having, because this is exhausting our prostate and we're losing prostate fluid. When we get older, we're going to wish we had that fluid. You see what I'm saying? So we need to practice some different techniques in our lovemaking, in our sex, our sacred energy exchange. We need to practice different techniques so we don't exhaust ourselves, so we don't overwork these systems in our body, so we don't abuse this blessing that we've been given to incarnate in these bodies, to be spiritual beings having a human experience. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And also the foods that we eat can damage our prostate. Let me show you this. Okay. Here we go. Foods that contain fats include meats, some nuts, oils, and dairy products, such as milk and cheese. In some studies, men who ate highest amount of fat each day increased their risk of prostate cancer. Okay, now, let me go. Milk and cheese. Meats, milk, and cheese. And that's some of the most prevalent things in the diet, in the livings of a lot of our family, our friends, our loved ones. And what it is it's not like you're going to eat a damn Popeye's chicken sandwich and keel over it right now. But what happens is, over time, these things eat away at our prostate. You see what I'm saying? And milk and dairy are some of the main ones, because the prostate is a gland. Let me address something somebody said real quick. And this is difficult, and you know, we don't want to confront ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to confront ourselves. It's seasonal. Everything is seasonal. Everything has a cycle. Men have a cycle, just like women have a cycle. You see what I'm saying? Men have a cycle just as women have cycles. Nothing in nature just has sex all the time. Nothing in nature. This is why our ancestors used the animals as teaching tools to learn from them. We're not supposed to be eating the animals. We're supposed to be learning from the animals. The animals cannot break their factory setting, their factory programming. The animals have to adhere to the God order. They have to maintain their factory setting. Human beings have the ability to break the factory setting and to do whatever the hell we want, even if that goes contradictory to our longevity, even if that goes and compromises our way of living, our well-being. We can actually override the factory programming to where we're eating ourselves to death, or overindulging so much that we're coming down with prostate cancer and heart disease and diabetes and high blood pressure. See, we've forgotten our way. We've lost our way. We've got disconnected from nature. For some reason, we feel like we're outside of nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need to think to put ourselves in nature. We are nature. We are the universe experiencing itself. So we're not supposed to be eating these animals. We're supposed to be learning from these animals, because they cannot break their factory setting. You see what I'm saying? they cannot break their factory setting. We have that ability. So no, we should not be having as many orgasms, ejaculations as we are. We know this because we're coming down with prostate cancer. It's the number 2 leading causing cancer death in this country is prostate cancer. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the dairy, the meat and the dairy, meat you already know, it's something that we are dealing with. But the thing is, a lot of us have become addicted. We've become food junkies. We're addicted to these foods that we eat. We're addicted to them, and it's difficult for us to stop. It's really difficult until we seriously confront ourselves and really want to get better. Will we make that change? And I encourage everybody to try it out. And when it comes to the milk, see, this is the thing, and there's no reason why any adult should drink milk at all. If you're an adult, you should not be drinking milk. Nothing as an adult drinks milk. Not a cow, not a goat, not a pig, not a dog, not a cat. Nothing as an adult drinks milk. Unless somebody give it to them, they have nothing else to do, they'll drink it. But they don't drink milk from the breast of their mother when they get old. Nothing as an adult does. And the reason why mammals nurse their young is because mammals' young are born without a complete endocrine system. The endocrine system or the chakras are not fully developed. So they drink the milk from the mammary glands. See this? Glands secrete hormones, which give information. Glands secrete hormones that give information. The breasts are called the mammary glands. These are glands. These glands are secreting what we call milk, but it's actually hormones in that milk that is meant to communicate to the rest of the endocrine system of that particular animal. So when we as an adult drink milk or consume dairy, we already out our damn mind. Now we're consuming the milk and dairy from a whole nother animal that's giving our body's endocrine system the wrong directions, instructions. So imagine the size of a full-grown cow's prostate. Right. Now, you being a human being, your prostate is not meant to be that big, but when you ingest milk or dairy from another animal, such as a cow, this is sending the messages to your body's endocrine system to grow that prostate the size of a cow's. Now you have an inflamed prostate. Now you have prostate cancer. You see what I'm saying? And just like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You eat one bowl of ice cream, now you know what I'm saying? They got to cut your stuff off. It doesn't happen that abruptly. It's subtle. It's subtle. So over the, weeks, months, the years, this is what's happening. And it keeps happening. It's happening in abundance to make prostate cancer the number 2 cancer causing death. Prostate cancer. You see what I'm saying? And with the meats, we're not supposed to eat meats. We know this. Okay, let's run this down. Animals that eat meat naturally, and we just went over this, how animals cannot break their factory setting. Peace and love. Animals cannot break their factory programming. They do what they're already programmed to do. Example, if you go into the jungle and you run across a tiger, you try to get a tiger $1 million not to tiger you up. Tiger's going to go tiger on you. Tiger don't respect money. Tiger don't know what money is. People do that because we've been conditioned to respect that and to honor that exchange. Animals don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So they do what they're programmed to do. That's number 1. So animals that naturally eat meat, all of their babies are born with their eyes closed. Tigers born with their eyes closed. Lions born with their eyes closed. Give me another mammal that eats meat. They're all born with their children. Wolves, dogs, cats, all of their young are born with their eyes closed. Human babies are born looking right at you. That's because we have the gift to see in color. If any of you have like a dog, dogs can't see color. It's because when you're a predator, you don't need to see color. You don't need to see color. That's for species that eat plants, because plants, they show different colors when they're ripe. When they're ripened, they show different colors. Plants are coated with information to show different colors on their fruits, on their foliage when they're ready to eat. So we, as herbivores, have adapted the vision of color so we can be able to see when something is ripe enough for us to eat it. That's why. So even when we look at predators who are naturally designed to eat meat, their babies are born with their eyes shut. Our babies are born wide open, looking right at you. You see what I'm saying? Because of the gift of being able to see with color. And that comes from the rods and cones in our eyes. And that's deeper too, because the rods and cones, all of this connect back to hair, but I don't want to digress. So what we're talking about is prostate cancer awareness. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And all of these people talking about chakras and how to balance this energy, and your chakras is blocked, and they're not talking about what a chakra really is. Chakras are your endocrine system. And if somebody's talking about your chakras, they're talking about your endocrine system. And if they're talking about your endocrine system, especially if you're a man, they're not telling you about prostate cancer being the number 2 leading cancer-causing death in America. Then they're leading you astray, and they only have a child's interpretation of what they're truly talking about. All right? So if we really love ourselves, we really love our family, we really love our loved ones, and we love our future generations, our future selves coming, we would not encourage them to eat any animal products, especially milk or cheese. The milk, and I just went over this, but I'll go over it again, because we're talking about the prostate. And what is the prostate? The prostate is a gland, right? The prostate is a gland. And what are glands? Glands are organs that secrete. Glands are organs that secrete hormones, all right? Glands make up your endocrine system. This is the endocrine system. Let me show this again. Alright, so somebody talking about chakras and all that feel-good stuff and want you to sit down and meditate and woo-sa and all of that. All of that is good. All of that is good. But at the same time, this is science. So these chakras that people are talking about is the endocrine system. It's what's known as the endocrine system. And it is a chemical messenger system comprising feedback loops of hormones released by the internal glands of an organism directly into the circulatory system, regulating distant target organs. You see that? So, the endocrine system is a chemical messenger. Shout out to S. Dot, that's my brother. What up? Gaggett Sage, what up? Peace and love. So, the endocrine system is a chemical messenger system. It's sending chemical messages to communicate, right? This is what glands do. Breast milk comes through the mammary glands. Breasts are known as the mammary glands. And what do we just read about glands? Glands secrete hormones that include information, messages, creates a message loop. So when you digest some milk from a whole nother species, you're communicating to your endocrine system to grow to the size of that species. And the inflamed prostate can lead to erectile dysfunction, prostate cancer, problems urinating. All of these go with prostate issues. So if we love ourselves, we love the men in our family now and future, then we will encourage them to stay away from these products. You see what I'm saying? Stay away from these products. Matter of fact, this is, and I'm broadcasting from my kitchen right now, just so I can share this information with you. This is what we should be eating. Okay? We got some plantains. We got some pink grapefruits. We got some red potatoes. We got some grapes with the seeds, of course. We got some okra, some Brussels sprouts, some tomatoes, some peppers, some habaneros, some bell peppers, some lemons. We got some dates. We got some watermelon, seeded watermelon, of course. You know what I'm saying? This is what we should be eating. Not animal products, not meat, not cheese. All of that contribute to our demise. And like I said, when I first went through my transition, my awakening, I realized that men in my family were dying, early. They were dying soon, you know what I'm saying? And it was preventable diseases. Prostate cancer, lung cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure. So take a look at your backyard. Take a look right in your immediate epigenetics. Look at your uncles. Look at your grandfather, your father. Look at the men in your family. Look at what they eat, and then look at how they live. And then decide, is that the life that you want for yourself when you get that age, if you can make it to that age. And then you have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And we know that we shouldn't be doing this, and it's not very intelligent, because just when you simply Google genius vegetarians, right? Genius vegetarians. Look at this list. I'm going to show you this. There you go. Genius vegetarians. Many geniuses were vegetarians, including Leonardo da Vinci, Gandhi, George Bernard Shaw, and the Nobel Prize-winning mathematician Norbert Wiener, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein. Look, there's many of them. Many of them. Many of them. So, we want to consider ourselves intelligent. We would definitely want to consider ourselves geniuses. How genius is it to eat something that compromises your well-being and your longevity? Not very genius, is it? You know what I'm saying? So, I got a part 2 to this. I could definitely go in like right now. But I'm going to wait till tonight. I'm going to go live again a little bit, and we're going to do part 2. And, I'm going to give you a different side of it. I'm going to recap on this, but I'm going to definitely give you a different side. But this is your brother, and I love you because I love myself. Peace.